president even revealed just last week that he has regular calls with the little guy. One of the biggest criticisms of Joe throughout this whole Epstein saga is that he still buddies with a whole bunch of them who are mentioned in the millions of files for doing the craziest shit imaginable. Yet for some reason, Joe changes the subject whenever someone brings up Peter Thiel and refuses to acknowledge that he's in regular contact with a bunch of other guys in the files. My personal opinion is exactly what Rogan was just saying. He keeps them close for the access. Rogan likes to think that he has a seat at the table, even if he needs a booster seat. Who wrote that? So I think it's a little bit rich of him to accuse others of doing exactly what he seems to be doing himself. The other thing is, why does Joe have such a hard time wrapping his head around the concept of trafficking? For some reason, he thinks it's only a problem if it involves underage girls.
What's more bizarre is that there's probably in this. I talked to Mike Benz about this. He was like explaining how this guy rose to prominence and how he got this kind of influence that he had, and he was like, "There's probably a bunch of those going on right now that we don't know about."
What people that are
like that, like a same sort of Jeffrey Epstein type situation, because his particular perversion, the darkness of it, was that he was into underage girls. He was into young girls. Imagine if he wasn't. What if he was only into girls that are in their 30s? Like, you would have never heard anything about it. What if he just hired these adult ladies to come to these parties that were already sex workers? Right. Would you have heard anything about this?
No.
And that's the thing. Like, is that happening right now?
Right.
But if that guy was not into that, if he was not into high school girls,
right?
Like, if he was just into grown women who were sex workers and he ran the same operation exactly the same way, it could probably go on to this day.
Yeah.
And if everybody kept their fucking mouth shut, and if all these guys, you know.
Yeah. I mean, look at some people
today,
that are in the.
Bro, that's still trafficking. It doesn't matter if they were women or girls. They weren't workers, they were being trafficked. Epstein had people traveling around the world finding women and girls who were vulnerable, and they would blackmail them and coerce them into doing the worst things imaginable. Joe really needs to clean that shit up because that's a massive blind spot for him. The thing is, I don't get what's so hard to understand about that. They weren't willing participants